Welcome back to the show. I am delighted to have Lakeith Jones here in the studio. We met at a veterans event. You
Yeah,
were at my table,
I was.
and I overheard you telling someone that you'd written a book, and I'm like, oh, I love to talk to local authors.
Hmm.
So here we go.
Right, right. It worked out, huh?
It did work out, and it's a delight to have you here to talk about your book, which is entitled Best Barber Ever, Lakeith Jones, by
That's it.
Lakeith Jones. But so much more about you I want to learn
Hmm.
because you are a veteran. First of all, thank you
Yeah,
for your service.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you for you. And if you would just kind of give everybody a thumbnail sketch of who you are and what brought you to this point here.
Ooh, good question, man. Yeah, it was a pleasure to be here. So I thank you for the opportunity as well, and I'm honored to speak with you as well and talk about the book. But a little bit about my background. I'm the oldest of four. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and yeah, life was just hectic growing up. So when most teenagers don't know what to do, you either go to a junior college or go to the workforce or you join the military. And
Uh-huh.
I wanted to serve my country. I wanted to do something important and be a part of something that was bigger than myself. And I took a crack at the Marines, and my aunt said no because they were a little too hardcore. So I called up the Navy, and they said, we'll take you. So, and she okayed it. So that's
Yeah.
how I ended up in the military. So,
Okay, so you were in the Navy. So
yep,
so you were, I know at one point you were in San Diego
I
because I heard
was.
you on a podcast, a
Yeah,
delightful podcast,
yep.
talking about moving back to Texas from California.
Right, right, right.
Or
n-
maybe I should say moving to Had you ever lived in
I
Texas
had never
before?
lived in Texas.
Okay, well, thank you for coming
Oh,
to
absolutely.
Texas.
Can I be completely transparent with you as well?
Sure.
I had never intended in my life on moving in Texas. Like I was, I was
I
one of
get
those. I
that.
was a person in the military. Like there were so many people that talked about it with such pride and such conviction. Like
Well,
every,
Texans are that way.
everything was back in Texas, back, and I was like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness, like what's so good about Texas?
it's bigger.
And that's what I'm. So I moved there, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Yes, I can't explain it, but I love it. I totally enjoy it. So
Well,
all
we've
those.
got a lot of Californians
I
that have
know. I'm
moved here.
sorry. Did we admit that on camera too? I'm sorry. Oh.
That's okay. No, 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 that's okay. No, there's tons of them
There's
that
a
have
lot
moved
of
here.
us. Yeah, yeah,
But San Diego, I've never had the opportunity to be there, but I
yeah.
have heard it is just gorgeous.
Oh
It's
yeah.
fabulous. The weather is
Oh
wonderful
yeah.
and
Almost perfect. That weather is almost perfect, and
yeah.
still found a reason to complain about it. But yeah, it felt like we were being pulled from California to Texas, and we had some friends. I mean, excuse me, some family who lived in Whitney. Our
Okay.
sister had married a guy from Whitney, and that was the only place that
That
we
is
know to move.
beautiful.
It's been great.
Whitney's pretty, yeah.
Yeah, we're proud of our little tiny town, and we like it. So
So how long have you been here?
we've been here for about 2 years.
Okay,
So
so
2 years.
recent.
Yeah, we're recent. Yep. We're
Recent.
recent converts to Texas. So
Okay. So you were how long were you in the Navy?
6 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 years.
When did you decide to become a barber?
I went to barber school in 2017.
Hmm.
My mentor, Andrew Stroud, my GI Bill was running out. The community college, I had got my associates. Didn't want to go to the university at the time. And he said, what about a trade? And the next week I was in barber school. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So
good,
it was
good.
quick.
So did you have your own shop or were you working in a shop or?
Um, no, I ended up working out in the shop in town in San Diego. And then just coming from that military background, you kind of know they're going to take care of their people. So quickly, I applied for a job to cut on the military base, and
Hmm.
I ended up cutting on the military base. And most of
Okay.
those stories took place on a military base. So
Okay. Well, and then it's great because you have a commonality, obviously,
exactly.
with
Yep.
what you as a barber. I
Yep.
presume it was just guys you were mostly,
You get
or
a
just
mixed
some
bag.
women like to have a
Yeah.
barber cut their hair.
Primarily, you get as the men, but you get the occasional lady or young girl that comes in, and there's actually a really horrific story about me messing up a little girl's hair that haunts me to this day, and it's still every time I bring it up, it hurts my heart. But
Oh no,
it's wonderful
but
ending. But
hair grows.
it does. Thank you,
That's
thank
the
you. Right,
thing.
redemption, right, redemption. So, but it still hurts. It still stings. So.
Okay, so what inspired you then to write this book?
Hmm.
And then I have to know best barber ever. So tell me about the title.
Right, great question. Clients for sure. Clients. I think they got to be a captive audience, a captive audience as well as I at what was taking place in the chair. Like at some point we felt like it was magic. It was like my goodness, like I was in a one person barbershop and every 2 weeks it was like a one-on-one that we got to meet and connect and talking. Finally, one of my clients kind of turned around. He looked at me. He's like, "You get so much that happens in this barbershop. Like, you need to record this and write it down and turn it into a book." And it's like, wow, that's a lovely idea. Like, I'm not much of a writer, but I've never written a book before, but I'll give it a shot. And
Yeah.
that's how it came about. And then the title, Best Barber Ever. Yeah, I am not the best barber ever, and there's no real way to quantify that. Like, who can call themselves the best barber ever? But
Well, I mean, really.
exactly.
So,
So my case for the best barber ever is that God actually knows every strand of hair on our heads, and
yes,
it's important to Him.
they're
So
numbered.
they're numbered. Thank you.
Yeah.
And that was the title. Like, some of it is an introduction to the work that He's done
Yeah. So,
through.
so you're talking about God being the best
Exactly. He
barber
is
ever.
right, not me, not me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not myself. So.
Yeah, well, it says to everyone in my chair, past, present, and future, to God be the glory in loving memory of Melody Rendon and Morris Eckers.
Yeah,
Eckers. So tell me
yeah.
about them.
Yeah, those were actually two neighbors. Like the one to my left and the one to my right. Oddly enough, Morris helped us buy our first home. We were living in a neighborhood, and our good friends Ben and Heather McCoy were letting us house sit for them for a while as we saved up for a house. Incredible story there. And Morris and his wife Jeannie was just like, "Hey, we want you to stay in this neighborhood." So
Yeah.
there was a friend of theirs that was going to sell a home, and they walked down the street and told him, "Hey, we think you should sell this house to the Joneses." And we ended up buying that house, and I cut Morris's hair for about 2 years, and he liked to have a glass of Gentleman's Jack, and at the time I was still drinking, so we would have Jack, and I would cut his hair, and it was a great experience. And
Yeah.
so
A bonding.
we had a great bond. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He called it Tuesdays with Maury, so from the old Buck
I
place.
got it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
And he ended up passing, and then Melody as well. She was a young lady who was about 14 years old that
Mm.
got cancer, and I was a realtor for about a year, and we ended up selling that house to them. And it was kind of a contentious relationship because of the deal. We didn't really like each other, but when we found
Oh.
out that her daughter had cancer, we became good friends, and
Mm.
we tried to hang out with them until the day she passed. And
Yeah. When
so,
crisis situations like that happen, some of the peripheral things just
exactly,
fall away. It
yeah,
doesn't matter.
exactly. And life
What
is so
is
short.
important comes to the surface.
Exactly, it's so short. So like you never
Yeah.
know, and I never planned on losing either one of them. And yeah, their book is like dedicated in their honor now. So
Yeah, yeah.
they're neat. So
Well, I love this. I mean, the very first chapter, Rambo, stories from the chair. Okay. All right.
Rambo, yep.
Tell me.
So because I am kind of out there and my personality's out there, when I do things like this, I like to get permission from people. Like, hey, can I put you in a book?
Well, sure, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, right.
And most people were okay with that, but I was
So
like,
you didn't change any names?
exactly, what do you want your name to be? Because I didn't want to use their official, like their
Right.
government name. So he went with Rambo.
Oh,
So
okay, I got you. All
he
right.
went with
There we
Rambo, and
go. All right.
yeah, his story is unique. He was a military officer, and he said his sessions was like therapy. And at one point, there was an attempted suicide against his wife and daughter, to where a young man was driving his car and he was done with life, and he crashed his car into their car, and he actually passed away. But that Rambo's wife and daughter both
Oh.
survived the accident, and yeah, he just talked about how those haircuts were something that got him through that difficult situation. So
Mm.
so I think the Rambo name was actually appropriate because he was a pretty tough guy. So tough guy.
Oh, I'm just kind of okay. Here's Mrs. Picky. Opposites attract.
Yeah. Oh man. These are all the I got this one's hard too. Yeah, there was a gentleman that always came with his wife to get his hair cut, and she was the sweetest lady, and she was just so picky about his hair. Oh my goodness, man. She was
Oh,
she was picky, and she called the shots as far as what he got with his haircut.
I have never heard of that before.
Oh my
That a
goodness.
third person would be directing you as to
Oh,
what you were
and
doing.
she played no games, so she was every time.
She
But
was serious.
yeah, and I got used to her coming in, and it was great. Like eventually, once I got used to it, I was like, her intentions are good. Like she just wants his hair a certain way. He didn't have that much hair either, so I was like, it's hard to be picky. But yeah, one day I ran into him, and he just didn't look like himself, and yeah, she passed away as well,
Oh,
and yeah, I missed that picky client. I did. I missed having
yeah.
her there, and so we said Miss Picky. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now tell me about the little girl whose hair you messed up.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. That's a funny one right there. That's little bangs, little bangs. There was a mom, a sweet mom with two daughters who came into the barbershop, And she walked past several times, and we made eye contact and, exchanged formalities and said hello, and, so finally she walked in, she's like, "Hey, my daughter really wants bangs. Would you be okay or comfortable
Sometimes
with"
that can be the worst decision
Right?
anyone ever makes.
Thank you. I should have said no. I should have said no.
Just
I
just
should
say
have
no.
said
Just
no.
say no to
I should have said
bangs.
no, but I said yes, and, she came in, her hair was down to her waist, and, I had never did bangs in my life, but I'm up for a challenge, I'm game. So I sectioned her hair about here and pushed it all forward, and I just started going for it, I got about there, and I just and, needless to say, it was one of the worst
Oh,
haircuts I've
it
ever given.
doesn't sound good, though.
So bad. So she began to cry, and she asked her mom, "Why'd you make me do this?" Her sister came up, and she's wagging her finger at me, and her mom's crying, and now I'm about to cry, and it was just all bad. So, little bangs, and I ran into her dad several months later,
Yeah.
and I asked him like, "Hey, how's she doing?" He's like, "Oh, it was not good. She was traumatized for like 4 months." Needless to say, he got a free haircut that day. I was like, "Hey, man, you
Oh.
will never pay for a haircut if you come to my barbershop." So hey, you're good.
Oh my gosh. What is a central message though that you hope your readers would take away
Ooh,
from your book?
yeah, yeah. I think the importance of relationships. Like
Yeah, I
because
mean, sounds like it.
exactly like
Even difficult ones.
right, and because people's hair grow back, like they were back every several weeks,
Oh,
and
yeah, right.
it was like a check in for us. They watched me have my first kids. Excuse me, get married first, and then have my first kids, and
Okay,
then
there you go.
buy our home, and like some of those clients were with me for years. So I think the importance of relationships, and there's a verse that says that men's not meant to be alone, and I don't think that's just in an intimate way. Like I think that people need community, and whether it's your hairdresser or your barber or your mail person, like you can have that community, and it can strengthen your relationship with each other, and then of course with the Lord. So,
No, I really think that is true when it comes to, in my case, hairdressers.
hmm
That if you need to change for whatever reason,
right.
it's like breaking up with a boyfriend or something. It's
You
like,
nailed it, and you nailed
I
it.
mean, it really is,
Oh
and
yeah, oh yeah.
I've always felt, like I would not just stop going to him, and
Right,
because
right,
then I'm thinking, well, they're always wondering, well, was it something I did or what? Anyway,
right,
I don't know.
right.
It really is an interesting
Oh,
relationship.
it's an interesting dynamic for sure, and
Yeah,
your hair looks really nice, by the way. So
you're
okay,
very kind. You're very
you
kind. I
can't
just
help but
had it
to.
done not too long
Okay,
ago,
yeah, you
but
can't help but to notice hair once you're in that industry. But you're right. Like it is a special bond, and it's not too many people you're going to trust with that, with your hair or whatever it is. So
right.
eventually, once you find somebody you trust, you kind of stick with that person. And I'm
Hmm.
not saying that there's no room to change or to grab a different hair person, but there is a special connection you have with that person. And then with ladies, it does seem like their hair is linked uh to hardships or whatever they're going through. Like the first thing that's gonna get changed is their hair. They're gonna take it out on their hair. So
No, you're right. You're
yeah,
right. There's something about just change it
yeah,
up.
just color it,
And
cut
every
it.
time I go, I think, well, maybe I should just cut it back, to the anchor bob is what I
Yep.
called it when I was anchoring on television. The
Oh,
anchor
okay.
ladies always
They had an anchor
had a
bob, huh?
bob. It was just a plain
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And for a while, I did the bangs that were not a good
That was
look. And
right, right.
we'd have consultants that would say, "Oh, you shouldn't have your hair that way. Your face needs to be open,
Ah, okay.
so you communicate and they see
Mm-hmm.
your eyes and all that." I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's all pretty scientific,
Right. No,
really, the
there's a
way
method to the
all that
madness.
does.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like all of a sudden, all the women that you see on television now have this long
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you noticed that the mullets are coming back? Like the
Oh
mullets are back.
gosh.
The man buns were in for a little bit. Like
What is it?
it
Business in
just
the front
keeps
and a party in
there
the
you
back?
go. It keeps revolving. You think these haircuts are gonna die and go
Yeah.
away. So
Yeah.
they just keep coming back. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, if folks watch this show, they see in the open, I had a real short time with that. I did the
oh,
bangs
you
thing
did the
again.
bangs.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and you see it's like, oh,
That's
where did
cool.
that come from? But it's kind of like I enjoyed it, it was fine, but
Right.
then kind of as soon as I could grow them out, they were gone.
They were
So,
gone. Yeah, yeah. The second part of that little bang story was that the next time I cut bangs was my little daughter, Avery, and she let me cut her bangs, and it was perfect. They came out
okay.
perfect, and we had a good time, and she laughed, and that was my redemption. So she's got
Okay,
a
so
chapter.
so you're not opposed to bangs.
Right, right, right,
You
right.
will. I
Yeah,
think the term is fringe.
fringe.
People have
Okay,
that.
got
We're
it.
going to call it
I like
fringe in
it.
my
I
book.
like it.
Um, so who did you write the book for? Is it for aspiring barbers
Oh, that's a good question.
or, your
Yeah, yeah.
client? I mean, you said your clients really kind of
Right,
encouraged you to do it.
right, right. I mean, I would say the general audience is anyone, but I would say it's more catered to people who don't believe in God, because I think that I'm not saying that this book is gonna, be the reason that people come to know him, but just it's hard to deny that he's the best after reading something like that and just hearing these stories. Like, I mean, maybe 38 different stories of just there was no coincidences, and I mean, so many timely things that happen. So I would say that the main audience that is written to is that those who don't
Yeah.
believe, because I wasn't a believer my entire life. Like, there was a long time where I lived on the other side where I was like, "Oh,
And there
turn me
is
off from
so
that."
much more I want to know
Yeah.
about your faith
Mhm.
journey
Mhm.
because I think there was like an incident that kind of brought you back
Yeah.
to walking with the Lord. So we want to
Right.
talk about that, but first we're going to take a break. I
Perfect.
want to tell you that today's show is brought to you by the Wild Watusi Boutique in Hewitt. Please check them out. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
Texas country music artist and Waco native Holly Tucker is bringing her annual Holly Jolly Christmas to the Hippodrome stage for one night only on December 6th. You might recognize Holly as a top 6 finalist on season 4 of NBC's The Voice with Team Blake, but she's been hard at work in the country music world ever since. You can expect to enjoy the Christmas classics we all know and love with, of course, a country twist and maybe even a surprise guest or two. Her festive staging and full band brings musical merriment, a little bit of nostalgia, and fun for the whole family to enjoy. You can join NYU professor Lori Gwen Shapiro Saturday, December 6th for an author talk at Waco McLennan County Library's West Branch for the tale behind an American icon and the story of the complex marriage that helped shape her career. Everyone knows Amelia Earhart. She may have been one of the bravest and most daring women in history, but some of her more treacherous stunts were influenced by her publishing husband, Greg Putnam, who pushed his authors and his wife to extremes in the name of publicity. Find out all about it with the Professor Talk with Lori Gwen Shapiro on Saturday, December 6th. I'm Elizabeth Riley with Act Locally Waco, and I will see you later.
And we're back with Lakeith Jones, who is the author of the best Barber ever, Stories from the Chair.
Yep.
And I don't think I've ever read a
Mhm.
book by someone who is a barber by
Right.
trade. Are you still working as a barber?
I am a part-time barber right now. I work at TSTC full time, and
Mhm.
I cut hair on the weekends or randomly when somebody needs it. Like,
That's a great skill to have.
it comes in. I can't get away from it, and I keep trying, and it
Yeah.
keeps coming back.
Yeah, yeah, you got those good scissors and
Yep.
maybe some clippers or
Yep.
whatever, and you're
Exactly. It comes in handy. So.
you're good to go. Well, so I was saying earlier, and obviously you have a deep faith,
Mhm.
and seems like your clients are saying you need to write the book, but I would think you were getting a little nudge from above as well,
Amen. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
write the book.
Mhm.
Um, so did you grow up in a Christian home? I mean, tell me about your faith walk.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I didn't grow up in a Christian home. The only person I knew who was religious in my family was my grandmother, and she was Jehovah's Witness. And my mom definitely did not believe in God, and she was not for it. So didn't have a father necessarily present in our home. So it was kind of just like open season. So whatever you chose to believe, or was what you chose to believe in. So,
Mm.
but I think it was at the age of 6. I remember hearing something or reading something. I finally asked my grandmother, like, would you take me to church? I want to see what this is. And sure enough, somebody took me that day and dropped me off as like a 6-year-old kid, and I sat in the pews and I think I
Was
fell
this
asleep.
the Jehovah's Witness?
I don't even. I
Kingdom
think
Hall or whatever?
no, it was just a regular
Oh,
regular
okay.
church, so
Okay.
like a little Baptist church, and
Okay.
I fell asleep during the service. But I just remember like being there and it feeling good. And
Yeah.
I learned that you can like pray and talk to God. And I was like, wow, like that's cool. Like you can talk to, God. And
A
that was kind of
childlike faith. Yeah.
exactly. And that
Yeah.
was the genesis of me just having any interest in God. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, grew up, joined the military. Were you around other Christians that maybe influenced you?
Yeah, at that time I was influenced by anybody who would influence me. So which can be a bad thing. And
Yeah.
I would say at that point I was independent. I was making money. I was out of Chicago. No more bad neighborhoods. No more, poverty. So I kind of felt like, hey, I don't need God anymore. I don't
Kind
need
of
religion.
bulletproof?
It's like, yeah, I'm like, and there was a pretty convincing atheist who challenged some things of a young lady who was a Christian, and it's like, yeah, I think I agree with that guy. So literally, I walked away, and that was it. Like
Hmm.
for the first 5 years in the military, I considered myself either agnostic or an atheist, and you do your dog tags just in case
I was
something
going to say
happens.
they'll ask you,
Yeah, yeah.
what religion or whatever.
And I put no preference.
Okay.
So like I was willing to die, like with my dog tag saying like
Mm.
no preference. I didn't care. So I got a pretty hard heart against God and against faith. So
So what changed?
well,
Something did.
yeah, he broke me down. He broke me down. You get to living for the weekend and kind of living a fast life and doing things that you always say, I'll never do this. I'll never do these things. And then you find yourself doing them and then encouraging others to do them, and then surprised when they're not doing them. And it just leaves you so empty. And I remember hitting a pretty low point and thinking that I wanted to be famous and maybe that would bring me some fulfillment. And I actually got to go on a helicopter ride with Rihanna, the
Really?
singer and
Yeah.
the artist. And
How did that happen?
oh man, that was there was a best friend of mine who had the flight. They were doing the movie Battleship, and they all came out to Japan. The whole cast,
Mhm.
Brooklyn Deckler, and everybody else. And
So you were in Japan
I was in
at the time.
Japan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Stationed.
stationed in
Right.
Japan. Yes, yep.
Okay.
And his girlfriend at the time told him that she didn't want him to take the flight with them. Like she was going to be jealous, so he needed to figure out a way to get off the flight. So
Okay.
and because I was his friend, he let me take the flight. So that's how I ended up
All right.
on that flight. And
Yeah.
but that was a pivotal moment because I wanted everything she had, but seeing her in person showed me just how empty she was as well. And I was like, she's looking for the same thing that I'm looking for,
Mm.
and she doesn't have it. And that set me straight. It was like, man, I needed to do something different. So I did the little shotgun prayer, and I was like, God, I'm sorry, this ain't working. Like, please, like. And what he did was he sent the only other black rescue swimmer at the time to my bed to talk to me like that night, right after that prayer. And he asked me basic questions, and I couldn't answer him. He's like, "Dude, you ever read the Bible?" I was like, "No, I thought other people were like, I don't read the Bible." He's like, "Dude, you got to start reading it." And that was the moment. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it shows the power of that human connection
right,
with sharing.
right. Well said. Yeah, yeah. And I remember when people first told me about this gentleman that he was coming on a boat, and they were shaking my hand, congratulations. And I was like, what? It's like, you're not alone anymore. There's another like black rescue swimmer. I didn't know these people. I was like, what are you guys talking about? But it was funny that was the one guy who came up and talked to me eventually. So, and that was pretty neat. So, Darian Durr was his name. Darian
Uh-huh.
Durr.
Do you keep in touch?
We do. He's I think he's a police officer now. He retired from the military, and he's doing really well. So he's got a couple kids, and as far as I know, he's still walking with the Lord. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So change in your life,
hmm
and how did your family react?
That's a good question. I think initially there's always that when we as believers get overzealous, like you first come to Christ and you're like, hey, everybody, come back, come back, come back. So I think I pushed a couple people away initially, and there was that initial shock. But I think they were proud of me that I wasn't living a fast life anymore. And
Hmm. They could see a change.
they can see a change, yeah. Like it was definitely apparent. My language, the drinking, the partying, all of that started to slow down. So I think they missed some of that person a little bit initially, but I think over time they got more used to who I was becoming. And
Yeah. So
yeah.
tell me about your family.
Oh, so I have a wife, my wife Stephanie Jones,
How did
and
you meet her?
oh man, I don't know. I'm guilty with stories. So guilty is charged with stories. But we met bowling. We met
Bowling.
bowling.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
yep. I was invited to a bowling party from a gentleman from college. He said, "Hey, everybody come bring your girls and, we'll go have a good time. And I was like, oh man, I just got to have a relationship. Like I want to see you. Like I want to bowl, but I'm not bringing nobody. And there was a friend who had a date and that date canceled. So he brought Stephanie as like a fill-in. I don't know what you want to
Plus
call it. A
one.
plus one. Yeah. So,
Whatever.
and they were good friends. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I can style bowl pretty good. So that night I didn't miss much. And we kind of connected some, but neither one of us thought anything of it. And at the end of the night, she asked for my contact, and that's how we started talking. So,
Oh, yeah.
and now I have a 15-year-old, 11-year-old, 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So 4 kids total. So
Oh, girls, boys.
I got 1 girl and 3
I know
boys.
you have
so.
one with bangs, but
Yeah, the bank's right. 3 boys and 1 girl. She's in the middle. So, and they're all great kids. Like I love them all.
yeah.
They all have their unique gifts and
Mhm.
strengths.
So the move to Texas, was that good for them? I mean, because
Great
sometimes
question.
kids don't really.
Oh man, great question. That was a hard time.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah,
It can be.
we were rooted in San Diego for a long time, and
Uh-huh.
we were asking them to move, switch schools, switch everything, and start over in a small town from a
Yeah.
big city to a small town. So initially, the move out here was tough. But now, like I would get evicted out of my house if I tried to get them to move out of Whitney now. Like they're so used to it now. So like
Yeah.
yeah, they love it now, and we've all gotten used to it. So
Oh,
and we
good.
wouldn't trade it. We wouldn't
Oh,
trade it.
that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the book.
Okay.
Did writing come naturally for you? Was this an easy thing? Did it just kind of sort of
No.
flow?
Yeah, no, I
The
had a lot of
best
help.
barber ever?
Yeah, no, I had a lot of help. My wife's best friend Angelica did the cover actually, and we shot that in her garage. So
Oh
and
no,
then
really? I mean, it's great.
yeah, my
Yeah.
English teacher from the boat in the Navy helped me write it, and my wife as well. So our cast to write it was very we didn't no marketing team, no nothing. And I think that at one point it debuted #1 on under the faith category
Uh-huh.
in top new releases. And there's Pastor David Jeremiah, who's like a mega pastor in California. I mean, his reach is all over, and that book was like #1, and his was #2. So I mean, nothing but God. I was
Wow.
like, you can't make that up. So it was
I
pretty
know.
neat.
So it was something that needed to happen.
Exactly. I guess so. I was like, yeah, those clients were right. So they were
Yeah,
onto something.
they sure enough were. Was there a part of writing the book that surprised you?
I think that the part that surprised me was how many details you can recount without writing them down. So, along with getting nicknames for folks, I wanted them to read the story too. Like, hey, am I telling the truth? Like, is this what you remember
Mhm.
as well? Like, I don't
Right,
want
right. I didn't want to misremember
to,
something.
yeah, I don't want to misrepresent you because
Mhm.
this is going to be public at some point. So, but
Mhm.
for the most part, everybody came back and said that it was all accurate. So, I think there was one, my good friend Ben McCoy had caught a detail that was like, you got that one wrong. And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
yep,
Well,
yep,
that's why you have people,
exactly. Yep, you
the
need a good
editors,
team. So,
people read it.
exactly.
Yeah. Is Do you have any advice for somebody who wants to maybe become a barber,
Mm,
who, as far as qualities
yeah.
that are good for someone in that role?
Yeah, yeah. I think bartenders and barbers and therapists, there's a chain that's linked in there somewhere. I haven't pinpointed exactly what that is, but I think if you're observant, that was my first clue. Was like I was always noticing hair changes or makeup changes or outfits. Like everybody's like, hey, you pay attention to those details, and it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't to be like but you just kind of have an eye for that stuff. So
Hmm.
if you feel like you have that eye and you want to be creative, there is some instant gratification in doing hair because you're taking a canvas, almost like a blank canvas, and you're creating art with it to make them look and look good. So
Hmm.
if you have that trait about you, I think it's a lovely trade to have. I think everybody should have some kind of trade. So it doesn't matter what it is. Like now I'm at TSTC, and it's a community college, but it's also a trade college as well. So like
Hmm.
it's unique. It's like the best of both worlds. So and there's nothing but trade. So I always say get some kind of trade. So
Yeah, yeah. If somebody wants to, though, have a long-term career in this field, where do you suggest they start? I know there are barber colleges.
mhm.
And is that is what you did?
Primarily, yeah, go to barber school, go to
Hmm.
barber college. It was tough because it was like I think it was 5 days a week, and it was like a full job. I was like having a full-time job, so there was a part of it that was pretty tough. And then you take the state board exam, and it's pretty intense. So,
Right. You
um,
do have to be certified
oh yeah,
by
there's
the
a
like a doctor or anybody, you
Ex-
know, you have to
yeah,
take boards.
exactly. There was a lot of studying. There was a lot of prep. The test was not easy, and
And then there's continuing education too, right?
there is continuing
On
education.
making sure their instruments are clean and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. You have to renew your license every 2 years, I want to say, and
Yeah.
you have to do. I think there's several hours of continuing education, and it is good for you. It keeps you sharp. So, but it is a good trade. I do like it a lot. So,
Do you have plans for more writing projects in the future?
great question. Yeah, I'm busted. Yes, yes. I thought about doing a part two of Best Barber Ever,
Uh-huh.
and instead of stories from the chair, I figured I would open it up and say stories from everywhere. So different barbers, different backgrounds, different trades, and kind of compile them that way. So a big critique I got out of the book was that they wanted more details, more. So this time around, I'm gonna take my time and try to add a little bit more meat to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So.
yeah. So your writing project in general,
Mhm.
what's next for Lakeith?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a person who enjoys so many things, as my wife would tell you. So some of my problem is just trying to choose a couple of things and stick to it. But I'll tell you this: at one point in my life, like God wanted me to learn how to juggle. So like literally juggle. So I got on YouTube and I learned how
Uh-huh.
to juggle, and
Yeah.
that hasn't stopped yet. Like I still want to do multiple things, and I'm not sure exactly where it's gonna land. But I like my job.
Hmm.
We like Whitney. I would love to open up a business of some sorts one day, and then write more books. So I do love to be active as well. So that's a fun one. But
Yeah,
I
and
need
you
to
got growing family, and so
grow in
they
family.
keep you on the go.
Exactly. A lot of sports,
Yeah,
a lot of things that they like to do as well. So
yeah,
yeah, we feel incredibly blessed. So I don't know what the next step is, but I'm looking forward to it. So
yeah. Well, I like to end these little visits with a questionnaire
hmm
similar to the one the late great James Lipton used on Inside the Actor Studio. So it's my take on this. So I'll
okay.
ask you, you are a wordsmith. What is your favorite word?
And just period, just across the board.
Yeah.
Mm, maybe one that my supervisor just I asked him to write down my strengths and weaknesses, 5 strengths, 5 weaknesses. And one of the words that he came up with was I think it was philomath, which is like you're a person who enjoys to learn new things. So whether it's a craft or a trade or
Yeah.
a skill, like he's like, you just have that. So that's quickly become one of my favorite words. So
Well, that's a good word.
yeah,
That's a new one for me.
yeah.
What about a least favorite word?
Oh man, least favorite word. Um, maybe I don't know if there's a good antonym to ownership, but I think there's something about not taking accountability or something like even in myself when I'm not able to own up to my mistakes or just to make excuses or whatever. Like I think there's something in there that kind of bothers me. So like I don't want to pull an Adam, and be like, oh, it was the woman you gave me, God, and then Adam, she's pointing at the
It's
snake. It was the
her
snake.
fault.
So
Yeah,
I call it a
everybody's fault.
flamethrower. Everybody's breaking out a flamethrower.
Yeah,
So
yeah, instead of the buck stopping here
exactly,
kind of thing.
exactly.
Okay.
So
All right,
maybe
that's good.
excuses, maybe excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Great questions. I love that one. So I'll try to make this one quick. I believe that we were created in the image of God. So like when you're created by Him, you're going to take on some of His characteristics. So one of the things that He has is that He's creative, and you can see it in creation, you can see it in people. So I'm like, if we were created, then His creation is going to be creative. So I think there's some fulfillment in being creative. Like if you go in, whether it's making food or writing a book or doing hair or
Hmm.
starting a business or starting a podcast, like when you're creating something, to me, you just feel alive. Like there's something in there that's just, you can't, there's nothing like it. So I think just being creative in general is something
Yeah,
that,
that's good. Well said.
yeah.
What turns you off creatively, or spiritually, or emotionally?
Um, I don't know if I have too many turn offs in that way. I think that I don't know. I feel like I get hard assignments sometimes, and I'm kind of looking at them like I don't want to do this, and then it feels like there's that nudge with you don't have any choice. So like sometimes it is like, do I really have to do this? So sometimes it's just being obedient when you don't feel like it. Doing the hard things when you don't feel like it. Being disciplined when you don't feel like it. So
Yeah. What is your favorite sound?
ooh, that's a tough one. Are you a music person? Do you have
Hmm.
any? Okay, yeah. So music for sure. I
Yeah.
I think there's something creative in music. So I'm a dabbler. I don't play the piano seriously. I don't play the drum seriously. I don't sing seriously, but I dabble in all of them.
Oh,
So
okay, good,
so I
good.
love it all. I love music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What is your least favorite sound?
Least favorite sounds. Maybe really loud noises.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from people.
Yeah, growing up, my uncle got locked out of the house one time, and he, oh my goodness, it sounded like he was trying to kick down the door to get in, and I came out of a dead sleep to him, just grah, grah, grah. So
Mhm.
something about that, I'm just like, oh, too loud, too loud.
What other job? You've done several different things,
Yeah.
from military service to what other job would you like to try or have tried?
I think the next step for us, just would be business ownership. I think that if we can get
Mhm.
the right business plan, the right marketing team, the right investors, I think I would love my hand at that because at that point uh, people will remember you. You like it outlasts your life, you know. So like they say that every man should have a son to plant a tree and start a business because
Yeah.
those things will outlast your life, you know. So I think
Mhm.
that's one I haven't checked
Yeah.
off. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'd be really cool. So
Then conversely, what job do you know you don't want? No thanks. Don't want to do that.
the post office, never again. Post office, that was that
I'm so
was
sorry.
no, you're fine. That was not being a mail carrier was one of the toughest jobs that I did. So I'm so excited to not have to do mail ever again. So
Oh, okay.
love you guys, love what you do. Never
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
never again.
Okay, one last question then. When you arrive at the pearly gates, what do you want to hear the Lord say to you?
Oh man, good one, good one. It may be cliche, but well done. You know, well done. I
I
think
think
that,
it's scriptural, frankly.
yeah, and you know, not having that earthly father to say like, "Hey, I'm proud of you. You've been so determined," like etc. I'm so ready and excited for my heavenly Father to say that. So yeah, I want to hear that more than anything else. So thank God for a son that makes us righteous. That hopefully I get to say that because of him. So
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, it's been a delight for
yeah,
me
same
to
man. Thank you. This has been
visit
fun.
with you and
Thank you,
hear
thank you,
about
thank you.
the best barber ever, stories from the chair. And how can folks get a copy?
Yeah, Amazon, if you just search it up, we haven't had a dedicated website just yet, but you can look it up on Amazon and yeah, it'll ship to you. There's a hard copy and a soft copy. I
Okay.
recommend the hard copy, but yeah.
All right, good. And we'll look for the next volume.
Thanks, and I appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
Oh
Lakeith.
yeah, it's been a
Yeah,
pleasure. I
yeah,
appreciate this so
yeah.
much. Great questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead. In fact, we'll be hearing about the giving machine. That we're gonna kick that off before too long. You stay with us. A big thank you to our sponsor, Fox & Co. Bakery. Check them out for delicious baked goods and your catering needs.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. At TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, Your Bank for Life.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game poolside. Call us at Gathering Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Hey Waco, meet your new favorite email. It's called the Waco Buzz, the local newsletter that skips crime and chaos and gets straight to the good stuff. New restaurants, hidden gems, weekend events, and stories that make you proud to call Waco home. It's quick, free, and written by people who love Waco as much as you do. Join thousands of neighbors who already start their mornings with the Waco Buzz at thewacobuzz.com.
And welcome back to the show. This is the most joyous time of the year, talking about the Christmas season, and it is a time of giving. And that's what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to talk about a brand new effort in Waco, and it is called the Light the World Giving Machine at Spice Village. So it's a delight to welcome back to the show Michael Flynn and Andrea Eliason. Close.
Eliason.
Eliason. And Andrea is the volunteer coordinator for this. Michael, you and your wife kind of got the whole thing going. And it's good to have Cammie Clements here with us.
Hi,
Cammie,
nice to meet you.
it's good to welcome you to the show. And you're kind of an activities coordinator.
That's
this
right.
is a major effort
Very much.
to bring this beautiful, gigantic vending machine to Spice Village. And this is a way for local folks to easily give to some amazing local charities.
Yes. Wonderful opportunity. We'll have Friends for Life in the machine. They'll have items in the machine, as well as the Advocacy Center for Crime Victims and Children, as well as Ronald McDonald House and CARE International. We will have a Special Olympics in there, and also Wreaths for Vets.
So many great efforts. And, and what's neat about this is that it's all in one spot. And as you want to think about doing your Christmas giving, bring the kids, bring the whole family, because there's activities and all kinds of things that people can participate in.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get to that, the actual kickoff for the machine is the 10th of December. So let's talk about that. Cammie, why don't you talk about it?
Well, it's at 10:30 in the morning on December 10th, and it's going to be at Spice Village. And there's just going to be a ton of fun. We are actually going to cut a ribbon. So there's going to be an actual ribbon cutting, and we're going to have Santa there, and there are going to be activities for the kids. I've made a bingo game, a giving machine bingo game. So there are plenty of opportunities to have fun. We're going to have some entertainment there. And we have am I allowed to say?
Sure.
Yeah, we're having a surprise singing guest who's going to be singing for about an hour. I'm going to let Michael say who it is, though. So.
Yeah. So later on, about an hour or so after the actual ribbon cutting, we'll have Jershika Maple, who was a finalist.
I love her. I've
Yes.
had her on the show before.
Yes.
Oh, I haven't heard Jessica sing in a while, but oh my goodness, she's an amazing vocalist.
She's coming at 1:00. So it's going to be,
Yeah.
it's just going to be a lot of fun. And there are going to be first donors that are going to be invited to go up and make their first donation out of the giving machine. And it's just such a wonderful way to give something specific rather than just a dollar amount. You know that you're going to give someone a warm meal. You're going to give someone Special Olympic training. It's a really wonderful initiative.
Yeah. Andrea, now as a volunteer coordinator, this is it's a manned booth. I mean, there are
Yes.
people there all the time. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the purpose of the giving machine isn't just a fundraiser, it is to bring people together. And that is the reason why there are people there. It is for hearts in the community to connect. So there will be people there, but not in a salesmanship type of thing. They're just there to help, and there will also be activities that are there, but there will be people there with, you can ask them any question you want, volunteers. So they may have to ask someone else to answer the question too, but yeah, just a bunch of friendly faces and a good experience for the whole family as far as children really putting a good emphasis on Christmas and service. And
Well, and that's what we want to teach our kids, that really the joy of the season is giving to others. And that's, of course, the name of this. Describe the machine for folks, though, as it may be a little difficult for some to still wrap their head around how is a giving machine going to help give a goat to someone?
Well, what happens is it's just like any other vending machine. There are products, that you select from. You push the buttons like A21, and this card that with a picture of a goat on it will fall down in the bin, just like something in yes, like that.
just like
Yeah.
that.
And the card's a little smaller in the machine, but yeah, it'll fall down, and people will, after they've swiped their card, they can either swipe their debit or credit card on there, and they can pay for it. They can also get a tax receipt by either putting in their email address or phone number, or just scanning a QR code to get their receipt. So it's a vending machine experience, but you're actually selecting items that will that you're donating towards, and those funds will be given to those agencies that are listed on the card, and they will use those funds to purchase those items.
Yeah. Well, for example, here, a Special Olympics, tennis balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can get a tennis balls, make a $9 donation and pay donate tennis balls.
Yeah, that should buy a couple, 2-3 cans of balls for sure. Of course, the you mentioned it, the wreaths for vets, which is such and I think those wreaths are usually about $20, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so you've got a wide range in the amounts people can donate.
Exactly. We got from $9 up to $150.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this, family groceries for the Ronald McDonald House. I had those wonderful people on talking about how they have a pot of beans going, something to kind of have the hominess of the house there, and then folks don't have to worry about what they're going to get to eat while they're concerned about a child who's sick in the hospital.
Yes.
Well, next, we have a beautiful story about making giving back even easier. The Good News Network reports that Rockefeller Center just got its first giving machine. It's a vending machine that lets you buy something to help other citizens, either locally or across the globe. And there's 10 of these across the U.S. States like Arizona, Utah, Tennessee, Hawaii. Get the full list for around the country capabilities on our website at thedrewbarrymoreshow.com. And this is so interesting. Inside the vending machine, you can buy everything from gloves and socks to chickens and goats for people, which is very important, for food, bartering, you name it, polio vaccines for kids, Passover meals. It's beautifully curated, elegantly designed, and is just something, for everyone all around the planet. And I'm very happy to see something like this taking place.
It's beautiful. And they raised millions and millions of dollars worth of things for people. My dad would tell a story when he was growing up. He was really poor growing up, and they didn't have Christmas. And on Christmas Eve, the church showed up with some presents. And every Christmas, he would talk about what that meant. And anybody who's ever been in need, I didn't grow up wealthy either. We know what this means when you can't provide for yourself. The fact that we can come together as humanity when we need it most, this is brilliant. Thank you for making this. Brilliant.
Also, sometimes you don't exactly know where to go or what to do. And these machines have generated $6.2 million in revenue and gifts for people. And they help groups like UNICEF, the Actors Fund, the UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency. I'm just, I've always wanted philanthropy to be easier and more accessible for people. I'm going to go to Rockefeller Center and go with the girls, and the fact that this is around the country too, and not just in coastal cities, but like all over the place. More.
More. Well done.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So there are just so many fun things. Friends for Life, of course, Inez Russell, one of my favorite people in the entire world. And so you can basically buy a lap blanket
Right.
for, as part of their.
I believe the price point on that was $15 or something
That one
like that.
stood out to me too, because previously when asked what is the best thing that somebody could get, and she said something that would keep them warm. And that resonated with me because I hate the cold.
Right.
And so just the personal, I'm like, lap blankets, that's what I'm going to donate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, as folks get older, their blood gets thinner, and it seems that's why the nursing homes are always so hot, because they tend to feel the cool more. And a stuffed animal, you can buy a stuffed animal for a child at the advocacy center. The things that these local agencies deal with all the time, and for us in our Christmas giving to be able to help them is just such a beautiful thing. So people want to know that 100% of what they give is going to the charity. Talk a little bit to that, Michael.
Yes, so that's really important. So the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is covering all the operating expenses. So 100% of the donations will go to the charities that have items in the machine, and they've also agreed and signed a contract with us that they will that 90% of those proceeds will go towards the actual the items, and that they'll keep their overhead till 10% or less.
Okay, well, and that's good. That's good to know. So there's just a wide range of things that people can purchase. Have you all done it before? I know there is a machine. I think it's coming here from Houston. Is that
From
right?
Austin.
Oh, Austin. Okay.
It's in Austin already.
And so this is just for a limited period of time. Let's talk about that. How long will it be available in Waco?
It'll be here from the 10th through the 30th of December.
Okay, so past Christmas.
Yes. Those two machines are currently in Austin, and they had their kickoff last week.
Okay, all right. And this is really just kind of an interesting brainchild that was come up with. I know there's a hashtag. I mean, you're kind of a media person, podcaster.
I am, yes.
So what does it mean to be able to, let people know what's happening?
I love being able to get the word out there. I'm a fellow podcaster. I'm also a performer. And at the Austin Giving Machine last year, I sang for about an hour.
Oh, gosh,
and so I was just saying, come on over, see what you can give. It was after Christmas, so it felt a little harder to get people to come over. But I said, hey, we're all here. Have some fun. Go see what you can give and help people in need, because it's still the Christmas season. And so that was a really great thing. And to know that I could be a part of that was really beautiful, because you were talking about the stuffed toy. I have 4 children, and knowing that a child who is in trouble can have something to comfort them. I mean, my 11-year-old still sleeps with a stuffed animal so that she won't feel alone. And so that is just something that really stands out to me. And the other thing is, because I have 4 children, a lot of times the Christmas budget can be tight. So knowing that I can help by giving just a little, and at another time when I'm a little bit more farther ahead, that I can give a lot next time. And that's just really great to be able to do a little bit at a time.
Andrew, are there hours of operation for this?
Yeah, so it's going to be the hours of Spice Village.
Okay.
So from 10 o'clock to 6.
Okay, so, and you will have volunteers there.
Yes,
Throughout.
the whole time. Yeah.
So if somebody maybe wants to come and help out with the volunteering, how would they do that?
If they wanted to be a volunteer, they could contact Michael, correct?
Yes. I'll put them in touch with the volunteer coordinators. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Kansas City, there's another big red making plays this year. the big red giving machines at Union Station?
KC, let's huddle up and make a difference this holiday season.
Together, we can light the world.
Let's light the world. We can save the hopeless. Lift up the weak, restore the peace, and keep the faith. The time is now to walk with him in goodness. Lift up the weak, restore the peace, and make a change. Let's light the world.
Okay, so yeah, I'm really excited about the kickoff event. Again, it's going to be at 10:30. There's Spice, and where in Spice is this going to be located?
So there's an area in Spice Village called the Clubhouse, and there are signs hanging from the ceiling that point you towards the clubhouse, and we'll have our little giving machine signs attached to that as well. But it's an area where they do showers and birthday parties and things like that. And so people who are familiar with Spice Village know where the clubhouse is, but there are signs pointing towards it.
Okay, good. And again, that gets started at 10:30, and then at 1 o'clock, Jershika Maples will be singing. That is just amazing to hear about that. I'm happy to be there to kind of help with the MC duties and with the cutting of the ribbon. I mean, this is a real live kickoff event.
Yes, we're very excited about it.
Yeah, very good. And of course, there's no charge, obviously, for that. How did you go about selecting the agencies?
Well, we first went to a website called Charity Navigator, where they have to have a score of at least 80 on there to be able to even be considered. And then we look at some other things to see what their overhead expenses are. And of course, we try to make sure we get a variety so there are a variety of items in the machine. So, you know, we select different ones. And so, yes, and then we just approach them. And I will have to say that they were all very excited to be approached.
Oh, I know. They were thrilled. They were thrilled.
To do that. And so we were very happy to have them. And we've been approached now by other people who hadn't heard about it and said, you know, hey, how can we be in there next year?
Yeah, consider us.
And I said, okay, well, you
Yeah.
know, you need to get your Charity Navigator score up to at least an 80, and then we can go from there. So
I didn't know there was such a thing, but that's
Yes.
good. That's good to know because people do, you know, when they give to something, they want to know that the money is being well used, well spent, and you know, they're being good stewards of the funds that they're given. Yeah. Have you seen, I know you've seen one of these in action before.
Yes.
So just your thoughts about that. I mean, what did you notice about maybe the kids that were involved?
It's an interesting thing because people took a lot of time looking at the machines.
Yeah.
And I think too, as you see all of these needs and there are pictures and there are stories behind each one of those. And so people pick what is close to their heart. And they don't I never saw anyone just randomly like, oh, here I have money
That's
and I just want to
whatever.
spend it. Yeah,
No,
that
right.
people are really thoughtful about
Mhm.
it. And it's actually a really sweet experience, especially because these are our neighbors. You know, 80% of it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is local. And so you see the children buying toys and the moms buying groceries. Cammie was talking about a hot meal the other day, and we joked that it wouldn't be a salad; it had to be a hot meal.
Good,
you know?
hearty, stick to your
That's
ribs
right.
meal.
But it's personal. It is, and in that way, it turns hearts. I think
Yeah.
and connects people. So it's a
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. So what is the Light the World? What does this giving machine mean to you, Cammie?
Oh my goodness. Well, what we're trying to do is we're trying to fill the world with light. We're trying to let everyone know that they are loved and they are seen. And we're trying to let everyone feel the love of a higher power. Because when you feel alone, you're not really alone. And sometimes that's hard to remember, especially at Christmas if things are rough. And so this is a way to help people feel like they're not alone. And if we can do a little bit of that, and if we can do a little bit of bringing some hope and some light into their lives, then sign me up.
Oh yeah. What about you, Michael? What is this whole effort meant to you? I know you've spent so much time, the planning of it.
Oh, he's been working like
We'll
a
get your
dog.
wife on next time you come back.
Okay, I'll try to get her here.
She was being camera shy.
Yeah. So we've heard about it in the past. So we made a special effort last year because there wasn't one in Waco. We had no idea that we were going to be tagged to do it this year. But we went at Christmas time. We always spend time with our kids and grandkids. We have 16 grandkids and 6 kids, and so we rented a house down near Lake Conroe, near the Woodlands, where there was a giving machine last year, and we took our kids and grandkids to have an experience there. And it was a learning experience for some. I remember our grandson who was like, "Yes, I want a pair of tennis shoes," and it's like,
he
it's
thought
not
it
free."
was buying for
Oh
him.
yeah, he thought he was buying them for himself.
Yeah, it was a vending machine to get him a pair of shoes.
And so
I
he
could see
initially
that.
walked away from the machine when he
He's gonna
realized
like-
it wasn't for him. But then he came back, he caught the spirit of it, and he participated. But
okay.
it was a great experience. And
Yeah.
my wife has been to the giving machine in Austin last year. And then actually she was in Las Vegas last week and went to the one in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so they're really all over the country. A
Right.
total of how many? Do you
So
know?
they're going to be 126 this year
Wow.
in like 21 different countries. So
Michael,
like
that's
33
awesome.
states.
Yeah.
And so anyway, there's
And on every continent except Antarctica.
Okay. Oh man, that really is it's beautiful to see how this is embodying the Christmas spirit, though, right?
Absolutely.
Andrea?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's exactly what you want as a parent, and just that connection. Because I think when you are in a situation that you can give, if you are in a situation that you ever need to receive, you recognize the love that goes into that.
Yeah. Well, this is exciting, and I'm so happy you could come back on the show and talk about it. Again, as we're getting closer to the kickoff, again, the particulars on the kickoff are on the 10th of December
Yes,
at
ma'am.
10:30 in the morning at Spice Village.
Yes.
Just, you'll find the group.
Yes.
Follow
Come
the
on,
signs.
Follow
Yes.
the signs.
There'll be signs. In fact, there'll be like a mock-up. It's a refrigerator box decorated like a giving machine at the foot of the stairs.
Okay.
And so,
That's
so-
not the real thing. Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
right.
going.
Keep
Yeah.
going. Right, right.
So, but anyway, we'll have
And
volunteers.
Look for a lot of people with these
Oh, yes.
scarves on. I mean, we are decked out and ready for the season, and Santa will be there, and some wonderful music, and it's just going to be a wonderful time to kind of kick off the season, but to kick off something as important as the giving machine to help these local agencies who do so much good year after year after year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Being here,
Yeah.
this has been great. Nice to meet you,
Yes,
Cammie.
so lovely to
glad
meet
to have you.
you.
You need to come back and sing.
Oh,
And,
hey, you want me?
and-
I'll come.
And Michael, good to see you and Andrea again. Thank
As
you
well.
so much.
thank
All
you.
right. Well, we'll see you there on the 10th. Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Hey Waco, we're coming to you live from the Wacoan office, and it's time for Waco Weekend with Debbie.
And Jenna, we're rolling into a festive weekend filled with holiday shows, tree lightings, and winter magic across town.
First up, on Thursday, the City of Hewitt is kicking things off with their annual tree lighting at 5:30 p.m. Make sure and bring the family, bundle up, and get ready to glow.
Then, the Waco Civic Theater is presenting every Christmas story ever told and then some. Catch a show Thursday, Friday, or Saturday evening, or a weekend matinee on Saturday or Sunday for a little bit of holiday magic.
Ooh, and First Friday is back. That's right, there's going to be so much activities for First Friday, and the Waco Wonderland Market kicks off. Head on over to Mistletoe Market downtown in Heritage Square. Check out pictures with Santa, the market, and of course, the tree lighting actually starts at 7 p.m. too. It's something you definitely don't want to miss out on.
Absolutely. Also on Friday night, the Backyard is welcoming my top streamed Artist of the Year, Frisco. Check out our blog on the Grackle if you need convincing, or grab your ticket to go see their amazing performance.
And finally, all weekend long, make sure and head on over to Cameron Park Zoo for the Wild Lights. They will be showing all weekend long. Bring your family, it's going to be so much fun. And also, don't forget on Saturday, it's the Cocoa Crawl. Make sure and head on over and support some local businesses, all while sipping on some cocoa.
Awesome. And don't forget, you can always find more on the Grackle at wacoan.com for guides, features, and our weekly Waco Weekend wrap-up every Wednesday.
Enjoy your Waco Weekend.